How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneticshark here with another new movie review for you. So let's get right into this review and see what it's about. The other day, I had the great pleasure of watching a 2012 film that was actually really good. And that is this Matthew McConaughey film, Mud. Now, wasn't too sure about the film when going into watching it, and I had no idea what it was about or exactly what was entailed into it. And I had just heard that it was a decent film, and I thought I'd give it a try. So I checked it out, and I thought it was an amazing film. Really amazing. Now, this awesome film is directed by Mr. Jeff Nichols. Now, Jeff Nichols has also directed a few other great films that have recently come out in the last couple of years. But a few of those other movies that he's actually recently done are such films as the alien kind of spacecrafty type of film with Michael Shanahan called The Midnight Special. Now, like I said, it's like a sci-fi type of alien type of film because the main character is this boy who has like special abilities, and they think he might be alien and the government is after him. And Michael Shanahan helps him to stay away from the government, basically, is what the film's about. It's actually got really good ratings, and I'm really surprised at how well the movie did. I haven't had a chance to see it, but definitely it's in my queue to check out because it looks really good. And with how good Mud was, I'm really looking forward to seeing that movie. The other film that he directed was a 2006 biographical film called Loving. Now, Loving is based on the true story of this interracial couple, a white man and a black woman that are trying to get married, and at the time in the government or the state that they're in, they weren't allowing interracial marriage, and that's what the movie is about them going against the state to try to get to be able to be married. And the whole story is really sad, but at the same time, it's an amazing and beautiful film, I heard. I've actually read up on the actual story about the film, and it's so sad what happened, but at the same time, look at, what that, what that couple did really helped, with the rest of the world over the years now, allowing marriage for all kinds of people. So it's a really touching and awesome movie. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out too. I heard it's really good. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but definitely another one that's on my list to watch. But Jeff Nichols directed the crap out of this film. He was really good directing this film. It just was such a well-played film. And even though it was over 2 hours long, I didn't find myself bored at all during the film. I thought, he did a great job of keeping the story nice and, simple and to the point. He, brought in great actors and actresses to really play the characters out, and it just was a well-rounded kind of like coming-of-age film. He did a really amazing job, and he's a decent director. I was really surprised, like I said. Really interesting film. If you get a chance to see it, definitely check it out. It's worth a watch. But yeah, Jeff Nichols, definitely directed it very well, and it was very well written as well. Now, this film, like I said, is a Matthew McConaughey film. And Matthew McConaughey, we all know from other great films over the last, 20 years that he's been acting and doing films. And he's an all-around awesome just actor and guy. But a few movies that I really enjoyed of his, or films that a lot of people associate with him, are such as the Kate Hudson 2003 film, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which I think is a really funny and awesome film. That movie is just so super funny. He was really great in it. Just all around kind of, one of those like rom-com type of films, kind of like Failure to Launch, which I feel, it's hard to tell because I feel like I like both of those about equal, but I feel that maybe How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is actually a little funnier maybe at certain points, but at the same time you're like, both movies are just great, so I like them both pretty much equally. But yeah, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is a great film. The awesome and beautiful Kate Hudson's in it, and she was fun in it too as well. Matthew McConaughey was also in another great film that is based on another awesome biographical story, and that is the film Free State of Jones, which was an amazing film. If you have not seen that, definitely check it out. Such worth the watch. It's such an amazing film. Love it so much. Amazing, amazing film. So yeah, Matthew McConaughey was awesome in the film. He was amazing as the Mud character. I love how solemn his character was in the film. He had quite a few good lines in the film, and it was a different kind of presentation that I hadn't seen from him yet. I mean, I've seen him in kind of dramas a little bit, but at the same time, I thought that this was kind of like a different role I hadn't seen him in, and I thought he did a really good job with the film. It was very intense in some scenes, and his expressions and his thoughts on what was going on were really well done, and he made a great performance in the film. So we also have in the film Mr. Tye Sheridan. Now, Tye Sheridan you might recognize from such films as The Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, which came out a couple of years ago, and which is an amazing film. It's really sad how poorly it did in theaters, but at the same time, I thought it was an amazing film. Just really well-rounded. I thought there was a lot of great jokes in it, and I thought Tye Sheridan was really good in it. He also was in another awesome film that was a big success last year, and that is X-Men Apocalypse. That's right. He plays young Cyclops in the film, and that's just really awesome. I wasn't too sure about him at first in X-Men Apocalypse if he was going to do good job as young Cyclops, because I think James Marsden is amazing in the original three, and it was just interesting to see how he took the character, and I thought he did a really good job. And he was really good in it. I thought he brought a lot of great characterizations and great acting work to the role, and he brought a lot of flavor to the film. So in Mud, he was really amazing because he was 14 at the time, and I thought he did a really great job emotionally in the film. I mean, his character had the majority of the lines in the film, I feel, and he was so powerful in it. I was really impressed with him in this film. I had seen him only when he has been older, so it was interesting to see him a little bit younger. And at the same time, he really made the movie Mud really good. I mean, it's just an all around really well-rounded film, and his acting and his portrayal of the character, along with Matthew McConaughey's character, it was so awesome. I just can't get over how good he was in it, and I really enjoyed him. We also have in the film the awesome, and unfortunately who we lost this year, Mr. Sam Shepard. Now, Sam Shepard you might recognize from such awesome astronaut film from 1983, The Right Stuff, which was an amazing film. Had a huge cast and just a well-rounded, awesome space astronaut film. But he also was in another great film that was from the 80s that was a great comedy with Diane Keaton, and that's Baby Boom, which was a really awesome film. I love that film. So super funny. Brings back so many old nostalgic memories. But he was also in that and played a really funny and awesome part. He was an amazing playwright, amazing screenwriter and actor, and he brought a lot of great, interesting, bit parts to the film. His role wasn't super huge in the film, but at the same time, Sam Shepard did an amazing job. I really enjoyed it. He just really, brought a real flavor to that character that kind of bounced off of Tye Sheridan and Matthew McConaughey, and just was a well-rounded, awesome, character, and just, well-rounded, acting for this film, and just everyone involved was so amazing with the film. It was really amazing and good, and I can't express enough. Definitely check this film out. It's so freaking good. I was really impressed and really surprised by this film. It really was an interesting film. Now, if you're not familiar with what this awesome film Mud is about, basically what the film's premise is there's these two kids, one played by Tye Sheridan and the other gentleman, and basically they have found this boat that's up and stuck in a tree from a storm that happened, and they're supposed to be around Louisiana, and they end up finding that somebody's been living in the boat, and that ends up being Matthew McConaughey's character, and so he kind of gets them involved in this charade of him hiding out there, and so as they're dealing with trying to help Matthew McConaughey's character out and finding out, what's all involved and why he's hiding out there, they have to deal with, adolescence, growing up, love, and dealing with parents getting divorced and all that kind of stuff. And it's a nice coming of age film, and it was really well done. A really amazing film. Really enjoyed it. Like I said, Jeff Nichols directed the crap out of it. Really well done. Just all around fun film. I really enjoyed it. Definitely giant 10 golden movie boxes up on this one. Definitely something I'm going to add to my collection eventually. And just, it's an all-around great Matthew McConaughey film, too. It was such a pleasure. So amazing and just awesome. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, people. Really worth the watch. From 2012, it's an amazing film. Jeff Nichols is a really good director, and everyone involved was amazing. Even the writing was really well done. And it went so smoothly for the film. It was just amazing. Really good film, people. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Well, that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And as always, thank you for subscribing, too, as well. And if this is your first time here and you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss one of these awesome movie reviews or any of the videos that I make. And as always, keep your eyes out for any old or newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, check out that awesome link down below of the awesome Horror Pack. Now, Horror Pack is an awesome subscription service that you get right to your door of either 4 awesome DVDs or 4 awesome Blu-rays of horror goodness. Now, also, the awesome Horror Pack provides limited editions that only you can get through Horror Pack themselves. So you can't get these anywhere else. And they put them exclusively in certain boxes, and pretty much it's usually every other box. So, I mean, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and check that link down below. And also, if you're interested in signing up for a first month, or for a month at least, let me know down in the comments and I'll hook you up with a discount on your first month. All right, people. Do it. Do it. Just, also, do it. No, just joking. You don't have to do it. But anyways, yeah, definitely check that out if you get a chance. It's really awesome. I've had it in the past, and they put in some really great movies in these packs. Really awesome, people. And as always, catch you in the next one.